Hi, DAVIII here, and today we have a new episode in the art session series. And today we'll be doing an overview of a recent sketch I did. And what I was trying to do here is combine, I think what I did is I combined the idea of this character, 2B, from, oh god, I forgot the name of the game. But I haven't played the game, but I did watch the anime, I believe the first season. She's essentially an android named 2B, and she has like this companion named 9S, the guy. Anyway, I saw like an artwork of those characters, and I also saw a different artwork. I believe it was a sketch or drawing by Andrew Russell, a recent artist we reviewed in the channel, and I just copied the pose from the Andrew guy, and it was kind of convenient because his character also had like padding in the shoulders. I'm not sure what you call those, like puffy things in the shoulder area, but 2B also has those characteristics in her clothing, and they also have the whole open chest thing. So there you go. And so what I did is, even though the reference I had of 2B wasn't like a side view, I tried my best to replicate it to make the profile view look like that of 2B's. And as you can see, I did struggle a bit. Like the bottom part, the chest and the shoulders, they were so quick. They were quickly done, and I'm guessing it's because the reference was just right. So yeah, that's kind of cheating in a way for me. And it's sort of well, it's not cheating. It's the contrast of how when you actually have to figure something out, it's gonna take a little longer. So for me, I'm not really good with imaginative kinds of artworks. Even if I have reference, it's still hard for me to work through something. I'm guessing it's because of lack of experience, and I just haven't done it for long enough. But yeah, I did try to implant the idea of 2B's head in this body, and it kind of looked okay in the end. But yeah, I did struggle with the head a lot, like figuring out how big the head should be. I have drawn her a few times in the past, so maybe that did help a bit. But it was definitely something that I had to work on, and I had to think about more of. One day, hopefully, I can draw these characters faster, or just as fast as the way I did the bottom part. I mean, just look at the way the chest was done, the shoulder padding. It looks so like quick, abstract, but it looks so like efficient. I want the same thing for when I do like faces. So maybe one day, as I keep like practicing. And also, what started this, or what helped me do these, or this drawing, was setting the canvas size to a portrait view. Usually I do these sketches or works in landscape view, so it's like a 1920 by 1080 usually, that kind of proportion or ratio. But this time I tried to do or use a portrait view, and I actually liked it. It feels a lot more manageable. And yeah, even though the bottom part is going to be empty, I just feel like it's easier for me to do. So maybe if you're struggling with your drawing or painting, maybe think about whether or not you should do things in portrait or landscape. Now you can't see it on the screen because the software is only recording the actual program. In this case, it's Clip Paint. But above this program, I did have Pure Ref. It's a reference sort of software where you can place images. It was floating above Clip Paint, so I guess having a portrait-sized ratioed canvas helps with that, because I have like extra space on the side of my like workspace. Again, you can't see it here, but that's where I put my Pure Ref sort of window. It's sort of off to the left in the kind of the empty space there. That's where I where I check the photo references. And yeah, so in this case, for this sketch, I think I used like a marker brush or something that looks like a marker. and I do like it. But I think I felt more. I mean, when I erase, I also sometimes I will use an eraser, like the specified like tool for it. But sometimes I have a habit of just selecting the white from the canvas, and I use that to paint over certain mistakes. It's just way faster for me instead of like constantly switching to an erase tool. Sometimes I will use the erase tool, but it's like for if it's not a hassle too much. But if it's a hassle and I'm kind of in the flow of things, I just select that white background. I do know you can switch to like a transparent color, or well, it's not a color because it's transparent, but you get my point. I did try that before, but again, the fact that I have to like be aware of switching, because sometimes I forget to hit my shortcut key and I end up just painting transparent or nothing at all. So it's just too much of a hassle. It's just way better for me to color pick from the canvas. Now it works better in black and white. The moment you have something in your background, it's gonna get a little harder, but if you're more of a direct kind of person anyway, and if you're doing like sketches or quick paintings, I think it's better to do things this way. It's much faster. Now it's not gonna be as clean, but it works. And yeah, so that's it for this quick sketch art session. If you want the full-time version, just check over or just head over to my membership. It's gonna be linked in the video, I think. And yeah. And I think for these series, for these batch of sketches or drawings or artworks, I just focused on, I was gonna do color, but I just stopped because I was kind of tired. But yeah, for the following videos, upcoming videos in the art session series, it's gonna be just a black and white. Some will have some grayscale, so it's more of a value painting, but none of them are gonna have colors. So maybe in the next batch, we're gonna do some colored stuff. So and again, I'm just using one brush. You don't have to complicate things, especially for quick sketches like these. Just keep it simple. And for the brush I'm using something that has a bit of opaqueness to it. Opaqueness, meaning if I press enough, it's gonna be purely solid. So do play around with your pen pressure settings, because it's much faster. Because if it's so transparent, you constantly have to build up the strokes so you can create something opaque, and I think that takes a lot of time. It's great for like rendering and blending, but for something quick like these where you're focusing on like big shapes, like silhouettes, shape design, those types of things, I think you need a brush that has a little more weight to it, or that can go back and forth. If you lighten the pressure of your pen, it becomes light. If you deepen or harden the pressure, it becomes dark. So just play around with your pen pressure settings and you'll be fine. So that's it for this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.